Hi there and welcome back to Big Fish Little Fish Aquatics. So today I'm going to do a review on the Inkbird Heater Controller. I've got one of these set up on my Zebra Pleco aquariums, and so hopefully this video will help you understand whether it's worth investing in one of these, what the benefits of using one of these on your aquarium might be. So yeah, let's dive right in and let's take a look. So I've turned off the power head for this review because that is quite loud, and I'm probably going to need to turn off my sponge filter too. But from the front here you can see that the actual only part of the heater controller that is in the aquarium is that sensor just behind the sponge filter. You can just see it stuck on the side there, so it doesn't really take up much space in terms of having it. And obviously this tank looks quite cluttered as well. It is a 15-gallon quarantine grow out tank for my Zebra Pleco, so it's bare bottom and everything like that, so it may look a bit not to everyone's taste in terms of what they think an aquarium should look like. But that's why it looks like this. And if you had one of these in your actual aquarium at home, you could easily hide that behind some plants or just hanging next to the filter or something like that. So the Inkbird controller's got two digital screens on the front, one which says PV, which means process value, which is essentially the temperature it's reading in the aquarium, and then you've got SV, which is the temperature you actually want it to be, so set value. So in order to run through the menu of this tool, you hold down the set button here and it takes you through to TS, which is essentially saying you're setting your value, so that's the 28.5 that I want. HD is heat differential, which is saying that if it gets lower than 0.5 degrees, so if it goes from 28.5 to 28, then it will turn the heater on. So you can see it's working now because the temperature in there at the moment is 27.5, and so it needs to get up to 28. So you've got the cooling difference, so it's saying that if the temperature gets above 2 degrees higher than what I've got it set at, so I've got it set at 28.5, so if it went to 30.5 it would then set off the cooling application or tool that you're using. As you can see here, here's the actual plugs to plug in the heater and the cooler, and I don't have a cooling thing at the moment, so that's why that's not running, so I can't give much feedback in terms of how effective that is or how effective a cooling tool is, but if you had one on there, that's how that would do that. It's got an alarm setting, so if it gets to 33 degrees Celsius it's going to let me know that it's overheating, because that may mean that my heater's broken, so it's worth checking in. And then it's also got alarm low, so if it gets to 24 degrees I also want to know, because it may also mean that my heater's broken. That's to do with the cooling, so I haven't set that up. And then this is the calibration, so when I put the sensor into the aquarium the calibration was actually off compared to my heater, so what I've done is I've had to calibrate it by essentially saying that the node which goes into the aquarium was 0.9 degrees off of my actual heater's thermostat, which is a fluval heater. So if we take a look, so where is it, 0.9 degrees, and that's and this is obviously how you want to see it in Celsius or Fahrenheit, and I'm Celsius for me, and that's all of the settings, so that's really straightforward. And as you can see it's saying it's 27.6, and if we take a look at the heater, that should hopefully, it's 27.5, but that's not as accurate, so yeah, you can see it's there. And there's one of my Zebra Plecos hiding out there. So another added bonus of having the heater controller on your aquarium is if for example you're just using a heater which is normally connected and you're using it at a higher end than what your house temperature would be. So my house would rarely get up to 28 degrees unless it's in the summer, which it has done this year. So during like the winter months and things like that, I just need to make sure that my heater's not just constantly switching itself on and off as it's reaching the temperature and then dropping and then turning itself back on again. So what the controller allows me to do is to say, okay, only turn yourself back on if you're 0.5 degrees less than the actual temperature I'm looking for. So rather than turning itself on the minute it goes 1 degree down or something like that. Yeah, so I think it's a brilliant piece of kit, especially for something like 30 to 40 quid you could pick one of these up for. I'll leave a link down in the description below for anyone who wants to pick one up. But yeah, so many benefits you can get from this. It stops your heater from working over the clock, and it will also let you know if your heater's messing up. So if you're having your heater going too hot, it will switch it off, and it will also alarm you if your tank's getting way too hot. And if your heater's not working and it drops, then it will also give you an alarm to say, hey, check this out, your heater's not working, and you can get a new one in there. So brilliant benefits, I think, for your aquarium, especially if you're running an aquarium at temperatures which may be a bit more extreme than what your house temperature would be. It's definitely well worth investing in one of these. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope this has helped you with your purchase if you're considering getting a heater controller. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.